HBO Sports presents a welterweight fight. Johnny Gant versus Sugar Ray Leonard, a 12-round non-title event. We are live from Landover, Maryland at the Capitol Center. You're looking at a Maryland record boxing crowd of 20,000, along a sellout, a bigger crowd than watched two Ali fights here. They've even sold tickets at $20 a pop to watch on closed circuit at the Washington, D.C. Armory. Never in memory has there been such interest for what amounts to a non-title neighborhood grudge match. The reason for all the interest? Two local kids. Sugar Ray Leonard, the charismatic 22-year-old from Palmer Park, Maryland, the #1 U.S. welterweight. He is 17-0. His challenger, the #2 U.S. welterweight, Johnny Gant from Washington, D.C., 29 years old, 58 fights, just 11 losses. He fought for the welterweight title and lost a decision in 1975. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Maryland. Len Berman, along with Don Dunphy and Larry Merchant. They're calling this the Mid-Atlantic Welterweight Championship. Heck, this is just a fight to find out who's the toughest kid on the block. Don Dunphy on blow-by-blow for us. Don, an electric atmosphere here in Maryland tonight.
It certainly is, Len. I'm enthused because of the fact that this particular evening takes the emphasis off the heavyweights. It's good for Muhammad Ali, Ken Norton, and Larry Holmes. They're great fighters. But this proves that there's more to boxing than the big heavyweights. When a couple of little welterweights can draw 20,000 in here, it means that boxing is on sound footing.
Well, Larry Merchant, our analyst tonight. Larry, where does this stack up on the ladder, the procession that Leonard's making towards the welterweight crown?
I think, Len, that the brain trust behind Sugar Ray Leonard has maneuvered him very, very cleverly, picking his opponents very well. He started out against some young professionals that he clearly outclassed. He moved on to some better young professionals to test them over a 10-round distance. Then he went up against some ranked fighters, a former tough top fighter like Armando Muniz. Now he's going in against Johnny Gant. Now, a part of the brain trust is Angelo Dundee. Most people know him as the trainer and manager of Muhammad Ali. He once managed Gant, and I gather from talking to Dundee that not for the fact that they could draw a house like this, he would just as soon Leonard not fight Gant yet. And to get an edge, I think, we have a ring here tonight that looks like a telephone booth.
It's 17 feet.
17 feet. We came out here this afternoon and measured it. It was a little less than 17 feet. What do you think he has a small ring, Don?
I don't know. That's a puncher's ring because Johnny Gant is a stick-and-move boxer. He's a classy boxer, and Leonard, while he's fast, may not be that fast, and it's to his advantage as the puncher to have a smaller ring surface.
Yes, I think we've seen that although Leonard isn't a big puncher, he is a very active action fighter. And in this kind of a setting against this opponent, it is to his advantage to have a smaller ring. There's no place to hide in there.
What's remarkable to me, Don and Larry, is the record paydays I think this is producing. We have a non-title event here, a couple of welterweights, and the money here that these two guys will be earning, I think, is staggering.
Well, Leonard, outside of Ali, I think Leonard is the big money man in the ring as far as drawing people in. Naturally, a heavyweight championship bout will draw more shekels, but for people, Sugar Ray Leonard is bringing us back to the days of Sugar Ray Robinson and Graziano and people like that.
It's an extraordinary phenomenon, really. We've seen that wherever Leonard fights, he's the hometown boy, even if there's a real hometown boy going against him. This fight will draw about well over $300,000. The house tonight is $268,000 plus television revenue, plus whatever they draw to the D.C. Armory at $20 a head. Gant, I've learned, is getting a flat fee of about $20,000, which is twice as much as he's ever earned before. I would estimate that Sugar Ray Leonard will get somewhere between $150,000 and $200,000 tonight.
This place is buzzing right now. The crowd is virtually standing around us. Fighters are about to walk on momentarily. Don, what do you think it boils down to, your pre-fight analysis?
Well, it boils down to this. I think Leonard should get him early if he's going to get him, because Gant has an awful lot of experience. He's gone a 15-round route. Leonard has never gone more than 10 rounds, although he's done that 4 times, and I'm sure he can go 15. But as it goes on, this is a 12-round bout. Leonard may question his own stamina, and Gant may seize an opportunity to come on. Now, I'm not picking Gant by any means, Leonard is the favorite, and he should be. But Gant is a tough man. He lost a very close decision for the welterweight title.
Crowd comes to a fever pitch. Let's go to the ring announcer.
Our main event, these bouts brought to you by matchmaker Eddie Hirica, under the supervision of the Maryland State Athletic Commission, D. Chester O'Sullivan, chairman. The timekeeper is Izzy Bach, counting for the knockdown Earl Clemens. The doctors in attendance, Ira Brescher and William Antrade. Your ring announcer, Marv Brooks. Our judges are Larry Barrett and Terry Moore. The referee, Joe Bunsaw.
We're waiting now for the principals to be introduced by Mr. Brooks.
For the Mid-Atlantic Welterweight Championship from Washington, D.C., weighing 144 3/4 pounds, wearing blue trunks, Johnny Gant.
Johnny Gant is 29 years old, 6 feet tall, weighed in at 144 3/4 pounds. The welterweight limit is 147. He's had 58 fights. Here comes Johnny. He's won 44, lost 11 with 3 draws. He has knocked out 25. He's been stopped himself twice. And he fought 15 rounds for the welterweight title against Angel Espada in 1975.
Weighing 146 pounds, wearing white trunks, Sugar Ray Leonard.
Well, you can hear the roar that's greeting Sugar Ray. He's 22 years old, 5 feet 9.5, weighed 146. He's had 17 fights. He's won them all with 10 knockouts. He's never gone 12 rounds, however. He's never had to. He's gone 10 rounds 4 times. There may be a little grudge here because of the fact that the manager of Sugar Ray Leonard is Angelo Dundee, who dropped Johnny Gant. He was his manager. When this match was made, naturally he couldn't manage both men. Leonard is almost at the ring. Here comes Angelo Dundee preceding him in, followed by David Jacobs, his trainer. Sugar Ray having trouble getting through. He looks very serious, doesn't he, Larry?
Well, I should hope so. This is not a time to jive. I think he knows what the job is tonight. And I think we will also point out that Sugar Ray Leonard first saw Johnny Gant fight when he, Sugar Ray, was 14 years old.
The third man, there's Jim Dudley, the manager of Johnny Gant. The third man in the corner with Sugar Ray Leonard will be Jenks Morton, also a trainer.
I think bespeaking the seriousness of the occasion, this is the first time I can recall seeing Sugar Ray Leonard without
The referee is talking to the fighter.
Shake hands, I'll go back to your car.
Don, this is the first time I've seen Sugar Ray Leonard without the tassels on his shoes. I guess he came here to fight,
not
tonight. Right.
The rules here, scoring is on a 5-point must system by the referee and 2 judges. A mandatory 8 count is in effect. However, there is no 3 knockdown rule. That is the discretion of the referee as to how many times a man can be knocked down. The count continues at the bell. If a man is floored at or near the ringing of the bell, he must arise by 10, even though the bell is sounded, or be counted out, except in the last round. The ring is a small ring, 17 feet square. Sugar Ray Leonard in the white. Johnny Gant, much the taller of the 2, in the blue. Gant is a good counter-puncher. He's a stick-and-move boxer. He knows his way around the squared circle. Leonard has all the equipment. An Olympic champion in 1976 in the light welterweight class.
Gant's main weapon is the left jab you see him using. He's already stuck it out there about a dozen times.
He's also got a good sneak right hand. He's got 25 knockouts, so that's not bad out of 58 fights. This is an important night for Leonard, but it's a more important night for Johnny Gant. Leonard can lose and still come on, but Gant, if he loses, well, Joe Bunsa, B-U-N-S-A, is the referee. Not too much has happened so far. Leonard holding on to the left glove of Johnny Gant. I would think that Leonard would come on in the early rounds and try to get it over as quickly as possible. And he's trying that now.
Break the right hand there and shut in the left. But they're still feeling each other out and getting the distance measured before they really cut loose.
Gant is starting to find Leonard with the left jab. Leonard has found him with both hands. A little bit more than a minute to go in round one. Every so often you can hear the referee tell them to get out of it. There he is now. Leonard has every possible good punch that a boxer can have.
Much more flat-footed than we've seen him before. Obviously coming out here knowing that in this fight, in this match, he is the puncher.
He's going for the knockout right now. You can see the way Leonard is eyeing Johnny Gant. That's a grazing follow-up punch there. Leonard not too accurate with his follow-up punches.
He seems a little over-anxious, Don. He really hasn't softened up his opponent or measured him yet to be throwing those kinds of big roundhouse punches.
Gant, a very experienced campaigner.
Like that.
Bell ending round one. Oh, and he's very double down at the ball. Well, they didn't like each other there.
Well, when you have a neighborhood brawl, you're not supposed to like the other guy. There's a bit of a mistake in that tail of the tape. Johnny Gant's reach is much longer than 74 inches. It's about 80 inches, despite the fact that he has a 3-inch advantage in his height. He does not have much of an advantage in his reach, about a half of an inch. But of course, that left jab, as you've already seen, is the weapon that he fights off of. That sets everything else up in his armor.
Looking at that first round, Larry, I would think that Johnny Gant is thinking he'd prefer a 20-foot ring rather than a 17-foot or less ring, which this is, because Leonard is on top of him all the time. Round two. Sugar Ray Leonard, undefeated. Many think he's the coming champion. He's in the white trunks. Johnny Gant in the blue, pecking away with that left hand. But remember, he's got a good right. Gant is putting out the left hand. It is not landing. He may be luring Leonard into an opening by keeping that right hand back, not using it. One of these times he'll get close enough to land the left and maybe follow up a right. I'm talking about Gant. Leonard still fighting flat-footed. He's cocking that right hand. You can watch their little nuances in there, the way they move their gloves around and feints, and to get the other fellow out of position. Leonard still over anxious with a follow-up punch after scoring with the left.
Leonard doesn't seem to be using his left enough, Don. He flicks it out once or twice and then shoots his right over, but he's not really working with the left hand.
Round 2 is half over. Now Leonard is scoring with the jab now. They're getting a little bit closer to each other, which means the jabs are going to land. There's the right hand. It just grazed the face. Johnny Gant in the blue with the yellow stripe. All white are the trunks worn by Sugar Ray Leonard. Less than a minute to go in round 2. Good 1-2 by Leonard. Over anxious with the follow-up. Now he's getting Gant. And Gant is dropped into the rope. He is hurt. 40 seconds to go in the round. Gant is hurt as Leonard tries to finish him. Gant trying to weather the storm. He's woozy though. He was set up by that punch beautifully. Now Gant fights back. Leonard is holding Gant, and the referee gets them apart. 20 seconds to go in the round. Leonard almost had him. The crowd is really roaring. Gant fighting back hard. Seconds to go now. There's the bell.
Leonard throws his arms up. Crowd roaring. Many on their feet. A round that goes purely to Sugar Ray Leonard.
Remember that if a man is floored at or near the bell, he must arise by the count of 10 or be considered out.
Let's take a look. He sets him up with that left and lands on the right high on his head. He's pressing the attack, and there's the right hand that staggers Gant. Leonard is in on him. Lands a left, but he's a little wild with his punches here. He really didn't do much when he had him against the ropes after he hurt him.
But he did hurt him.
Sugar Ray Leonard is very anxious to get to him. Johnny Gant, you're looking at a very seasoned, resourceful professional. When he was hurt, he knew what to do. He did come out lashing at Leonard to let him know that he was still a dangerous, if wounded, animal.
And Larry, he did not use the stool between rounds. He just stood there. Round 3. Leonard now is starting to smile a little bit. Not as serious as he was earlier. Gant moving around more, up on his toes. Trying to keep Leonard off with that jab. And grimacing at him.
This is Johnny Gant's 12th year as a professional, even though he's only 29 years old.
Gant has to hold on. It's his 59th fight. It's Leonard's 18th. As a professional, that is. Gant has done very little with the right hand. He's landed a few jabs, and that's all. And on the one side it's fit so far. Leonard moving in confidently, but not carelessly. Leonard still being kept off by the jab on occasion. Referee Joe Bunsen. Leonard is getting to his man. Again. Listen to the crowd. It's all Sugar Ray Leonard right now as Gant has to hold on. 1 minute and 15 seconds to go in the round. Leonard is smartly working the body as well as the head. I don't don't think Gant has landed a right hand yet. He's landed a few jabs, and that's all. And we're near the end of round 3. Leonard continues to show his improvement as a fighter.
Right now it's Johnny Gant rather than Gant.
The good thing for Gant that right was a grazing punch, or it would have been over maybe. Leonard over anxious, Gant still smart. Round 3 almost over. There's the bell.
All right, we're listening to Johnny Gant's corner now.
So what you doing? You're going to get hit if you don't throw, Johnny. You're getting hit. So now you got to throw. Okay? Fight and throw the ball. Even if you lose, fight it.
What his handler just said there is, even if you lose, fight. They're obviously very displeased with his performance so far.
That's his manager, Jim Dudley.
You got to get on his butt now, Johnny.
He says you got to get on his butt, so let's see if Johnny Gant takes the fight to Sugar Ray Leonard in here, and let's see what the consequences of that action would be.
Round 4. Sugar Ray Leonard in the white. Johnny Gant in the blue. Johnny was shaken up in the second round, but he wasn't hurt in the third. He was not hurt in the first round either. He has done very little. Very little. It's been all Leonard so far. The bout is scheduled for 12 rounds before a sellout crowd at the Capitol Center in Landover, Maryland. A very enthusiastic crowd. Leonard, Gant is putting out his left hand as though he hopes he won't get tagged by a return punch.
But he isn't moving backward anymore, Don. He is standing his ground and trying to move ahead.
Leonard is fighting flat-footed. The first time we've seen him fight flat-footed for so long a period. He's usually up on his toes more, but he's getting that power in his punches. From the beginning, he's wanted to get this over early.
The way Gant is fighting now, Don, we can expect Leonard to land something very good very soon, and then the fight will be on. We'll know right then whether Gant can stand up to him, because he is moving closer and closer to Leonard.
Referee getting them apart. Joe Bunsey, the referee. A good big right hand by Leonard that time. Leonard, a boxer and a puncher. And he can take a punch. There's a 1-2 that almost did it, but Gant stood up well under it. Gant stood up very well. Now that may bother Leonard psychologically, that Gant could take those punches and still come back. Gant is fighting back more in this round.
Conversely, Don, I think it's emboldened Gant a little bit to find that he can move into Leonard and take some of those punches and still keep coming.
About 20 seconds to go in the round. This is the best Gant has looked since the fight started. Now, I don't mean he's winning the round, but it's the best he's looked. Leonard over anxious. Round 4 is over. Okay, Len.
Don, here's Eddie Ricca, the promoter of the bout. You were also involved in the 2 Ali fights that were held here in this building. How does this one stack up?
This one outdoes the Ali fights. The crowd was sold out 2 days up front. It's generated so much interest. This kid has taken the magnetism that Ali had in his early career, and he has generated more so. Being local, both kids being local, have made for a great fight. Both have different followings from different areas, and Ali, in his greatness, could not equal what we have here tonight.
Eddie, do you hope to promote a title fight for Sugar Ray Leonard here in this building?
I am anticipating it in the spring, summer, or by the latest fall.
Okay, thank you, Eddie. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Good night here in Maryland. Let's go back to Don.
All right, Len. Johnny Gant now is sitting down between rounds. He didn't do it after the first round. We're coming up to round 5. It's been all Sugar Ray Leonard so far. Sugar Ray in the white trunks, Gant in the blue. Gant showing a little more activity now than he did earlier. He has shown that he can take Leonard's good punches, at least up to now. Gant finally landed the right hand. And there it is. That's what he's been waiting for, that sneak right hand. He shot it in there like a bullet. Gant is finally making a fight of it. A minute gone in this round, 2 minutes left. Remember, it is a 12-round bout. Gant was off balance.
Step back.
Gant is hitting and holding now. Leonard trying to bring the guard down and being pecked by that jab again and again. They're only pecked, but they are bothersome. We said that Gant was a stick-and-move boxer. That's what he is in this round. Leonard has all the equipment. Less than a minute to go in the round. Most of the action out in the center of the ring. Leonard may be off his rhythm for a bit here.
I think getting hit and grazed by that quick right hand has made him a little bit more cautious.
Right. Leonard is striking this man now, but Gant is playing up well under it.
There's the bell. Last chance.
Nobody heard the bell.
That last punch from Gant came after the bell. Well, more sports coming your way on HBO. Monday night, HBO takes a close look at 1978 in sports. It's a compendium of all the stories and athletes that made 78 such an incredible year in sports, from the Ali Sphinx saga to the miracle of the Yankees, from the Super Bowls to affirm the Super Horse. Kurt Gowdy will be your host, along with Len Dawson, Larry Merchant here, and myself, as we look at all the most memorable moments of 1978 in sports. Monday night, January 15th, right here on HBO. Tonight, we are live from Landover, Maryland. This is Len Berman, along with Larry Merchant and Don Dumphy. We have gone 5 rounds. So far, what do you have, Larry? I have Sugar Ray for 3, maybe 2 of them even.
Leonard is way, way ahead. I think Gant's going to have to start moving in and taking charge if he's going to have any chance to win this fight.
I've got it 5-0, Leonard.
So have I.
Gant in the blue, Leonard in the white. This is the 6th round. It's scheduled for 12. Nevertheless, Gant is looking a little better than he did earlier, which is a comparative thing. He did nothing earlier. Well, it has turned into quite a battle. I hope the decibels don't break our equipment. I've never heard such yelling. That was quite an exchange. Gant is now making a fight of it. He may feel that he has taken the best that Sugar Ray has thrown. Maneuvering. Leonard is feinting with his head now. Gant fighting more confidently. Not much is landing by either one, however. A minute to go in the round. Again, Leonard wild and over-anxious with his follow-up punch. Leonard's been trying to set Gant up with that left hand. Gant knows it. Gant is fighting a fine defensive fight. That was big by Johnny Gant. Leonard is raking his man. There's the bell. Leonard is smiling over in his corner. Seems pretty happy about the whole thing.
Let's see if we can hear Angelo Dundee in the corner over this big crowd.
Undefeated in 17 straight pro bouts, but he's undefeated in 57 bouts overall. Amateur and professional. That's a loss.
Let's take a look at some of the action in that round and see if we can. There's a right that landed just behind Sugar Ray's ear. Sugar Ray is obviously the quicker of the two men, and he moves inside the long reach of Gant.
Sugar Ray took the towel out with him.
He wasn't throwing in a towel, was he?
Round 7. The bout is past the halfway mark. Scheduled for 12. And I think Leonard has been told to go get him. Get it over with. Gant still has a lot of bounce in his feet, although he's taken some good shots. Some very good shots. He's only landed maybe 2 good right hands himself. Leonard has been all over him. But Gant is still fighting. And is dangerous. Good right by Gant. You know, Larry, I don't think I've seen Gant throw a left hook. who's either thrown straight jabs or straight right hands.
It looks like he learned how to box out of a textbook, and the pages on the hook were missing.
Right. Well, he might have been absent that day. I can't remember seeing a fighter go into the 7th round without having thrown a left hook. Even a wild one. Leonard in the white, Gant in the blue. Leonard is throwing everything in his punches now. Gant is taking them well. Leonard is shifting the attack to the body. Less than a minute to go in the round. Both men are perspiring profusely, to use the old cliche. A headlock by Leonard. Joe Bunsa, B-U-N-S-A, is the referee. They did not land. Gant may have Leonard off balance, at least mentally now. The bell.
Brothers and sisters here. Roger, his brother, who fought earlier tonight, and Sandra, his sister. How's the brother doing?
He's already got Gant to the body, and I think he'll take him out the 8th or 9th round.
Yeah? You're going to make it to the top the way your brother's doing?
Oh, yeah, I'm following footsteps.
Yeah, your weight class is what? Light middleweight?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Light middleweight.
Well, we saw you up in Maine, Sandra. Is your brother doing just as well tonight?
Yes, yes, he is. He's doing just as good as he was.
6 kids in the family, right? All right, now, Joel get along okay? No fighting, right?
No fighting.
All right, just to the ring. All right, Roger and Sandra, let's go back to Don and Larry.
All right, Len. I gave the last round even, which is the first round I did not give to Leonard outright. How about you, Larry?
Well, Leonard is way ahead. I think the question from here on out is to see just how professional he looks in trying to break down an extremely resourceful, careful opponent. He hasn't been able to put anything consistent together, Leonard, although he's dominated the action, obviously. He's just too quick for Gant on the inside.
He staggered Gant in the 2nd round and raked him a few times after that, but he has not hurt him since then. Gant, a resourceful, clever, smart fighter. Wild with that one, but he keeps throwing that left jab out. Well, maybe he's got a left hook that he's saving. Leonard has thrown a lot of left hooks. He's thrown a lot of everything. Gant went into a grimace there for a moment. Gant scores with the 1-2. Gant is looking better. Leonard wild over the head. Gant is fighting like a guy fighting for his life. And maybe he's fighting for his fisting life. He's not doing such a bad job at the moment, even though he's well behind. Scoring on a 5-point must system by the referee and 2 judges. Gant is coming on now.
That left hand put Gant flush on the jaw as he was trying to move away from Leonard. I don't know if he's staggered or not.
He's hurt. may be hurt. Listen to this roar. Can you hear me? Leonard has got him in trouble. Gant may go down. He lost his mouthpiece. 20 seconds to go in the round. Leonard is waking him on. There goes Gant down on his back. 4, 5, 6, he's up. 7, taking the mandatory 8 count. The referee asks him how he is and sends it back into action. 6 seconds left. No, the referee is stopping the fight. The referee is stopping the fight. The winner by a knockout, Sugar Ray Leonard. A badly cut lip by Johnny Gant. He was in real trouble. And the fight is over with about 5 seconds left. About 5 seconds left in the round when the referee, Joe Buncer, the USA, finally stopped the fight. And the winner in the 8th round is Sugar Ray Leonard.
Here it is, Don.
That left hook did it. Did you see that left? It was a
The
cruncher.
time, 2 minutes, 57 seconds of the 8th round. Winner by a technical knockout, Sugar Ray Leonard.
2:57 of the 8th round. There's Sugar Ray Leonard with Angelo Dundee. He has won 18 in a row. He has scored his 11th knockout. And Johnny Gant has been stopped for the 3rd time.
Oh, he wants to talk to the crowd, Don.
I Washington, D.C. area. Give Johnny Gant a great round of applause because he's a great fighter. All right.
Yes, that's nice. Leonard. Larry Merchant.
Yeah, Larry's up in the ring trying to get his attention, talking to some of the other local media.
That's Dave Jacobs, the trainer. That's Larry.
All right, now, Sugar. All right, Sugar, would you face the camera, please? What were your thoughts on the fight?
Well, Johnny, like everyone said, he's a heavy fighter, very, very smart, very articulate. I had to take my time. I rushed myself a few times, but I would say that I'm learning a great deal. You know, I look at this fight as being another step closer to a title fight.
You saw Johnny Gant fight when you were 14 years old. What were your thoughts about looking across the ring at him early in the fight?
I never thought that I, thought about the fact of fighting Johnny Gant. But he learned me a great deal. I learned not to reach for an opponent. He threw some good right hands, but no damage. All I can say is that, hey, I'm dedicated to be a world champion. I'm working my way up the top.
What do you look ahead toward now? What are your feelings? You've only been at this as a professional for 2 years. How close do you think you are to fighting people like Palomino and Benitez and Cuevas?
You know, I really don't care. That's up to when Angelo said, hey, we're ready. I feel capable of taking any guy on, but like I said a long time ago, I'm going to take step by step.
Angelo, if you got a minute, please.
Yeah, sure.
Angelo, how would you rate the performance tonight?
Excellent. I mean, what he did is in there with a smart head, difficult target to hit, and what he did, he steadily took him apart. The body shots got the guys, and he tore him up with uppercuts.
How concerned, you knew about Johnny Gant, he's very resourceful, very seasoned, very careful. How concerned were you about how Sugar Ray Leonard would approach a fighter of this kind?
Well, I was concerned to the fact that I knew this kid would miss him a lot of shots because the guy's a very elusive target. I wasn't concerned once he started cooking, once he started dictating the pace.
You thought that he was, too quick for him inside, too strong?
Yeah, he's too strong. The body shots would take their toll, and that's what happened.
We commented on the fact that we never saw Gant throw any hooks. You had him as a manager. Does he ever throw a hook, or did you know that he would just come at you straight with that left?
Ray, if he threw left hooks, he would have got nailed by Ray's right hand. He's a smart head, so what he was trying to do was try and sucker him into right hands and couldn't sucker him.
This is the kind of fight where a fighter like Sugar Ray Leonard can look bad winning.
Well, no, I thought it was a good fight to look at. I thought it was picked up the momentum, and I thought the shots were great he threw.
What I mean to say is that he could have looked bad winning against a fighter like this, and yet at the same time he did take charge in perhaps his most impressive fight.
Larry could have trained for 6 months before he got this experience that he got tonight. That's what I'm thrilled about.
Thank you very much. So once again, we've seen Sugar Ray Leonard take another very positive step towards a welterweight championship fight, perhaps later this year, perhaps next year. One thing we have to say about Sugar Ray Leonard, a lot of people have thought that he doesn't have a big punch. Perhaps he doesn't. He fights every minute of the round. He's ambitious. He wants to be a great man in the ring. He has a lot of tools to be that great man. Let's go to ringside now.
Mid-Atlantic Welterweight Championship trophy.
Not bad.
They're calling this the Mid-Atlantic Welterweight Championship, and I think Sugar Ray, as we heard the promoter Eddie Ricca say before, in fact, we heard an interview with Sugar Ray for the first time. He's talking title now. He's saying that come summer, he wants to go for the title, and that's the first time we've heard him set any kind of a timetable. He did it before the match.
You mean prior to that he was an undeclared candidate?
Right.
That was Abe Poland, the owner of the Capitol Center here, who gave Sugar Ray that trophy. This has been a wonderful night, not only for Sugar Ray Leonard, but also for all boxing. There is the trophy with Angelo Dundee and Sugar Ray Leonard.
Well, Don, Gant was ranked 8th WBC ranking. Leonard was 10th. That'll change now as Sugar Ray Leonard, in the 8th round at 257, a technical knockout, wins his 18th straight, his 11th knockout. That's going to do it from the Capitol Center in Landover, Maryland. We had a sold-out crowd, people watching on closed circuit, paying $20 apiece down at the Armory in Washington, D.C. They got their money's worth. Sugar Ray Leonard remains undefeated as he heads toward the welterweight crown. For Don Dunphy and Larry Merchant, this is Len Berman from Landover, Maryland, the Capitol Center. Join Tom Heinsohn and me Tuesday night from Dayton, Ohio, when we bring you collegiate basketball. The University of Dayton Flyers host the Louisville Cardinals. Tuesday night from Dayton, Ohio. From Landover, Maryland, good night, everybody.